Growing up in Victoria and having met Paul Hyde, I was a big fan of English music and you know, definitely glam, etc. at that point. And glam kind of morphed, I should say, into, you know, the roots of punk. I was really big into the New York Dolls and Iggy and Bowie and T-Rex and stuff, and so was Paul. I gravitated towards Paul for that thing, English. You know, I was in love with English bands. So it was about, wow, you're from England. And right away, all the same influences, all the same bands. We knew everything. And so we just hung. You know, we hung. And as soon as we had a band in school, and, you know, we'd play too loud, and, you know, we weren't jocks, so we were counterculture back then. And, you know, when we got out of school, we all went to England to be, the three of us, Billy, Paul, and I, went to England to be rock stars. And we got handed our butts by the life in England and everything. It was, we were like 18 years old and walking around with a drum kit, a bass, and a guitar on trains and everything. It was pretty wild. That journey happened, and then we all split up and went our separate ways for a couple of years, and we ended up back in Vancouver. I think we both ended up here, and we heard that, you know, other people were kind of picking up guitars and starting things. So we immediately started thinking of names and stuff. We came up with the Payolas, and we just wrote a song. And it was China Boys, our first song. And then we had to write another one, so we Make Some Noise on the B-side, and we put out our 45 on Slophouse Records, our label. And we got signed to A&M, IRS A&M, like after 2 songs. And that was, I mean, just pure luck. Talent was not involved at that point. Maybe in terms of Paul and his lyric writings, but certainly not of mine. We were just guessing at things. So that was like I said, an accident. I think we would have been better off to develop ourselves a little more before we did our first album. I think that would have helped. We had just really got thrown into the fire right away. But, you know, but Paul and I, we actually took a bus from Victoria to see the Raw Power tour, Iggy. We saw it at the Pender Ballroom, the drag club at that time. And we saw the Raw Power tour because we had the album, we had read all about it in Cream magazine and Rock Scene and Rolling Stone, and so we came out for that, and it was, I mean, that was just changed our lives, I think, because, you know, it was punk. It was the beginning of punk. It was incredible. I remember we were stomping on the chairs, and I was banging my fist against the mural, and I actually put my fist through the plaster mural on the wall. It was just pure energy. And from that, you know, that point on, Paul and I just have always gone through the years, and our bond is the music. Of course, our friendship, because we've done so much together, but it was the bond has always been music, and you know, music that is different. You know, music that represents us, and a love for great songs and great recordings and great people, character songs. You know, Paul developed into a great songwriter as well, and it was because we were just trying to capture what we loved about all the records that we heard. And I think Paul always gravitated towards, you know, the singer-songwriter guys, like you know, Ian Hunter's huge for him. I like the lyrical part of it, but it was always about building kind of tracks and music and everything. But I have a love of the lyric, but I don't write lyrics. You know, but still, you know, going over to his house, all we talk about is this music, the songs that we're working on, just trying to be better at. It's kind of funny being in my 50s, because I don't feel it. You know, I feel it in my body physically, but I don't feel it mentally. To me, it's the same when I see Amy Winehouse and when I see Baby Shambles, or, you know, or I pick up a record, or even in dance music when I hear Justice, and it's somebody that's just not walking the straight line, somebody that's going for something different. I just love it. It's just great music. It's fantastic.